In part one, you learn the method I used to finally start writing my life story for my kids and grandkids. Now in part two, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, step by step, so you can start recording your stories today, even if you're not a writer, and even if you've never picked up a journal in your life. At the end of this video, you can download the exact set of life story questions I personally used to write mine. The list I started with, okay? But then I developed a bunch of questions once I got into it, because everybody's story is going to be different. And again, like I said before, if we're going to do the story for you, and you can do it yourself, okay, but if we're going to do it for you, the first set of questions we ask you gives us a list of a lot more questions, or the change of questions that we're going to ask you when we really get started. So that first Zoom meeting, we're just going to talk and come up with a bunch of questions for you to get going, because questions drive this whole process. Okay? At the end of this video, like I said, you can download the exact set of life story questions. If you missed part one, go back and watch it after this. It gives you the foundation, but here's the quick version. When I started answering simple questions about my life, everything clicked. It unlocked memories I even forgot I had, and it finally gave me a way to put my life on paper, one story at a time. Today I'm giving you the full system so you can do the same. Set up a place to store your stories, okay? Don't overcomplicate this. You just need a single folder on your computer called My Life Story, or a notebook if you prefer writing, okay? If you've written before or you like to write, you can do it the old-fashioned way, on a pad, okay? With a pen and some paper. That works also. That's how everybody's been doing it for a couple thousand years, at least. We know that, couple thousand plus, 25 years at least. We know that's how it's been done. Or a folder on your phone for voice recordings. On my iPhone, I've got voice notes, okay? And that's where I do it. That's where I recorded it, okay? The secret is having one place where everything lives. No scattered papers, no chasing files, simple. And then on top of that, I would either get a folder, or what did I do? I've got a little thingy, and I go in there and I just go ahead and 3-hole punch it, and I got it all together. That's kind of my process, to get everything in one place, okay? I'm still old school like you are, I'm guessing, where yes, this technology is great, but I still need to see things sometimes. So that's what I do, okay? Step 2, pick 1 to 3 questions per day. That's it. This is where people get overwhelmed. They think they have to answer everything at once. No. Just choose one question. Get started with a story. It doesn't have to be in any order. Don't make the order yet, okay? Just tell a story and record it. And like I said in part one, that one story. If you happen to get hit by a bus, you got a story. How would you love a story from your grandparents? A recording that you can listen to. Even if it was just one story, you would treasure that forever, okay? So no scattered papers, no chasing files. Ask yourself one question, or 2 questions if you can handle it. Let's start with 1, okay? And if you've got I want to get another one done. That was fun doing it. That's what happens to me, okay? This morning, I was recording for about an hour, okay, the very last part of my book, okay, and it looks like it's going to come out to be over a couple of 100 pages. Yours does not have to be that, okay? I don't know why I keep saying that, okay? Yours can be 50 pages, 100 pages, just something, okay? I've got a bunch of businesses I stole. I've got a lot of, motivational knowledge I want to pass forward, because I did that for a while. Saved a lot of things. I wrote a book, I told you, on quote lessons, where I take a quote, okay, and then I wrote a lesson about it for my daughter So I got a lot of that stuff too, okay? I probably could break it down into several books, but I want my grandkids to have it from me out of the horse's mouth. So maybe yours is 50 or 100 pages. It does not matter, okay? The length does not matter. The story is the important thing, okay? So consistency beats intensity. You can't do it all today. Just do a little bit every day. You can write your life story in 60 days if you simply answer one question a day, okay? In the last part one, I talked about the last book I wrote this way only took me a couple of weeks. It was a business book, and it wasn't a thick one, maybe 75 pages or so. And it was something like the 10 ways to build your dry cleaning business, something like that. It's on Amazon. You put my name in there and go look for it. That took me less than 2 weeks, okay? Because I just asked the questions, and I had it all up in my head. So that's all we're doing is pulling the stuff out of your head. It's already there. You don't have to create anything new, okay? So turn on your phone. Step 3 is and just talk. This is where the magic happens. You don't have to write anything. You don't need it to be polished, okay? You don't need to sound like a professional author. Just get it out, okay? Just talk. Talk like you're telling the story to your grandkids, okay? Talk like you got them at the kitchen table and tell them the story. Or if you want to, grab them, put them at the kitchen table and record the story, okay? If they're little, they're not going to remember, but you recording that and turning it into a book, now they got something. I remember when Grandpa talked to us about this, or Grandma talked to us about that. Okay? So, let them hear your humor, your emotions, your mistakes, your victories, your honesty, and that they will treasure. I can guarantee that one. Okay? Step 4, don't try to write, just remember. If you sit down and try to write a chapter, your brain freezes, okay? It happens to, and I got 4 books, okay? I'm no writing book machine, okay? Like there are people out there that have 20, 30, 40, 50 books. I'm not like that, okay? But I know now that first book is the most difficult, okay? Of the way that I wrote it. This way is not difficult. If you've never written a book before and you want my help, I can help you out, okay? Simple questions like, what was your first job? What lesson do you wish you learned earlier in life? What is the funniest thing that ever happened to you? You naturally tell a story. Don't think writing, think remembering. Okay, save everything in one place. Okay, every recording, every typed paragraph. Typed isn't a good word. Yeah, I guess so. If you're gonna make the changes to it, you're typing it. Nothing gets lost. After 30 to 60 days of answering questions, you'll have enough material for an entire book. Okay, a real book, a book for your grandkids that they will treasure. Okay, organize after, not before. And it does not need to be perfect. Please, perfection will kill the cat. Okay? You won't get it done. Your grandkids don't want perfection. They don't want every I dotted. They don't want every T crossed. They just want your voice on paper or a recording. And a recording, and or a recording. That's what they want. So do not shoot for perfection, okay? Do not shoot for perfection. You organize after you've collected the memories, not before. Later, you or someone else can group your stories into categories like childhood, family, work, marriage, kids, turning points, and wisdom. But right now, the only job is getting your memories out of your head into a format that your family will keep forever, okay? Down in the description, as I promised you, there's a download. I created a free download PDF that includes all the life story categories, all the life story questions, the same questions that I used when I initially started to write my story, and then came up a boatload of other questions that I added, and the same questions I use when I interview seniors to start, and then we develop more questions after the first Zoom interview. These questions make the process effortless. It's a hard word to say, with no effort. All you do is answer them. The truth most people realize halfway through. People start answering the questions. They get emotional. They realize how important this is. And then they say, Greg, I want this to be done right. Can you help me turn my recordings into a beautiful book? And we can do that for you. Some people want to do it themselves, and that's great. Go ahead. Please do. I just want you to get your story out, okay? Some want a partner to help them, and some want the whole enchilada done for them. Whichever path you choose, I am here to help you and guide you through the process. Ask any questions you want, because I'm sure there are 100 or 1,000 other people reading this over time that will have the same question, and I will answer it for you. I would like to help turning your stories into a professional printed book your grandkids will treasure forever. That's what I do, okay? But even if you never hire me, please download the questions, start recording your stories, and give your family this precious gift of your story. Your life is bigger than you think. And it's hard to get over that. As I'm going through this, I said, geez, I sound in some parts like I'm bragging, but I'm not. And I try to buffer it with, I'm not bragging. I just want to give you some things that I've done in my lifetime. I have made many, many, many more mistakes than I have successes. I've started, stop counting, at 33 companies, okay? Most of them did not make it. I don't like to say the word failure, although failure is an incredible teacher. Most of them did not make it, okay? I either dedicated 3 months, 6 months, or even a couple of years to my life, and it didn't make it, okay? So it's not all roses and sunshine, okay? It's not. And I want them to know that, okay? So you might have the same feelings that I do. So your stories are more meaningful than you really realize, and your grandkids, even the ones not born yet, will one day want to know the real you. This is your legacy, okay? This is your legacy. I don't use legacy a lot because some people think a legacy, a story legacy, you got to be somebody important, a movie star or something. No, this is for everyday people, okay? These are books that nobody's going to read except for your family and maybe your best friends. That's it. That's my only plan. And I'm deciding or not whether I want my grandkids to read that before I'm gone or not, okay? I'll let you know more on those feelings of it. I guess in a lot of cases, I'd like them to really know how I feel. Maybe they can ask questions now, and I can further enhance the book later on. Maybe my daughter has questions. My son has questions. I'm even toying with giving it to my brothers, and maybe they ask me questions, okay? Or maybe they saw something differently than I did. I'm toying with all that right now, but I don't want to confuse you. That's not the question. The important thing is get it down on paper, okay? Get it down on paper. Okay, I've got a free 5-minute assessment. Are you ready to write your life story for your grandkids? Take this simple 5-minute legacy life story readiness scorecard. Discover your score, your strengths, your gaps, and your perfect next step. Instant results. It's private and secure just for you. Made for adults 60 plus. Click here down below in the description to take the assessment. Start today, one question at a time. You'll be amazed at what comes out of you. Bye-bye. Make it a great day, and do me a favor. As soon as you stop watching this video, write down one question and record it, okay? Even if you got an old-fashioned cassette recorder. Remember those? Okay? Record it. Record it. And if you've got a smartphone and you don't know where it is, ask one of your grandkids where it is, or your son or daughter, okay? They'll help you out. Record something today, and you'll find out how much fun It really is. Thank you, and you make it a great day. Bye. Happy recording.